Zulu tried to set it as well, and then let's see if it works.
Yeah, I've got it at 1.5.
Let's see. Playback speed 1.5. All right, let's test. I've pressed 2 times. Okay.
That we're dealing with right now,
No.
and everything else.
What the fuck?
Can we disagree a step forward?
Yeah, just jump back to 1x on my end.
Yeah, maybe it just doesn't work with the sync play.
Wait, let me try one thing. Just play and then change it as it's playing. Let's see.
Start because there was something personal that was said. So I grew up in a very domestically violent.
Whoa, but it didn't happen on my end at the same time.
On my end either.
Hold on, so let me scrub back to like some point. We all get to that point. Already reset your things. Maybe I can do it in like change sync play preferences.
I didn't see any option there.
Time sync. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just not doable.
Let's just look at it afterwards.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And everything else.
Can they disagree a step forward?
I would like to start because there was something personal that was said. So I grew up in a very domestically violent family. I mean, as a child, I actually was constantly anticipating having to attack my father to save my mother. It was not based upon economic inequality. So I think to reduce domestic violence down to that, it is simply not fair. There are inequalities that cause issues, but there's no way to get around that. So you're going to have inequalities even if everyone...
Did she just say there are inequalities that cause issues?
Yeah.
I'm not loving that framing, but let's see what she has to say.
Was monetarily equal, but of course I would say, where's that money going to come from? It's just going to make everyone equally miserable, and if that's the equality we're looking for, fine. But once you get past that, if everyone still had the same money, there's such a thing as pretty privilege. There's going to be someone who gets advantages because they're prettier, or there's going to be someone that gets advantages because they're smarter. So I agree that there are issues with economic equality. I think you'd have to be kind of daft not.
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Fuck.
I'm not loving that. In fact, it's...
Think that. But
hold on. I think it's actually good to have economic inequality, because what does that mean? It's not good, like, in a Kantian sense, like, whenever you have economic inequality, it's a good thing. But in the best state of affairs, there would be economic inequality. Namely, people would have as much money as they are productive. And people are different. We know this from the division of labor, right? People are different. They're more productive in different capacities. Whoever is most productive, they deserve that money, right? So there would be economic inequality in the best state of affairs. So I don't agree that there are problems inherent to economic inequality. I disagree with Karen and Harless here.
Yeah, it's completely wrong framing. It's the wrong framing entirely, and it's also wrong to give the enemy ground that is not even proper. Like it's just completely misguided.
Yeah,
I hope it's just misguided and not just an actual on purpose or error. Like I hope it's not something she actually believes and just maybe the wording is back or something. I don't want to think that she actually thinks this.
Yeah, because what is the world with no economic inequality? That is all wealth equally distributed. Like, that is not the free market, right? That never can happen on the free market. Never. It will never happen.
I mean,
putting my money down right now.
She did say like there's such a thing as like being like some people are smarter and all that stuff. So and
yeah, but that's
she doesn't
not
want
enough.
to. Yeah,
that's
I know.
Not you can go down a really bad path if you argue for the actual socialist eugenics way of doing it. So that's not enough to make the proper position.
Yeah, I'm not loving that argument she's making.
I don't think the solution to it is to take from other people to give to other people, because then you're just going to start to create other problems.
Well, like, then what is the solution to economic inequality if we accept the premise that it is a problem? Which I don't accept that premise. Like, what is the solution if you're not taking wealth from the rich to give to the poor? Like, I can't. Maybe she'll explain right now, and it'll be really capitalist. But I can't see any solution to that supposed problem, other than taking money from the rich to give to the poor.
Just making everyone equally miserable, as you said.
Let's just hear.
I think the problem is that we have within society a very small amount of sociopaths, and we make them our politicians that run our lives. I think that is more.
She's just kind of going into sound bites. Like, what are you doing here, Karen? You're just kind of doing a fucking Dave Smith gambit. and trying to like say your story. Like I don't care about this script you've got about how we're making sociopaths into politicians. No, what I want to hear is what is the correct way to solve wealth inequality, which you've ceded that is a problem. You've ceded that to them. That wealth inequality is a problem. So how are you going to solve that problem? How are you going to solve that? I know that you don't want sociopaths who are called politicians to solve that problem. Okay, but how do you? What was your positive case for solving that problem?
Listen, it's the issue. It's an issue that she talks in sound bites because she already ceded the position. These sound bites, I think she's just confused at this point. I think she already contradicted herself a few times when she said, "Okay, there's this economic inequality, but you're also gonna have these privilege, these natural differences, right?" It's just there's confusion about what point she's trying to make. I don't think she knows what point she's trying to make. There's no way to bring it around.
Yeah, this is really not ideal. Not an ideal starting point.
Bigger problem. Because I know capitalists have the reputation of not caring about people. That's not me. And if we started to create a culture of wanting to care about people, I think that would start to solve a lot of the problems. But
no. Altruism being brought in front. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is from the ancap as well. Like I expect better from the ancap.
Disappointing. Very disappointing.
the thing is, we farmed out caring. And the fact is, when government becomes the father, we go, we're not going to help that person because the government program's going to help them. And there's something ennobling about giving charity, but also about taking charity because you could be the recipient tomorrow.
No. There was a good point combined with a stink bomb at the end.
Yeah.
There was a good point about making the people dependent on the government, and then the stink bomb at the end with the altruistic stink bomb was just no.
I mean, she is right. She's correct that if you're gonna do charity, it's better to do it privately than with the government.
But she's focusing on the emotional aspect. That's the word.
I know.
Part.
I know.
It's the idea that like charity is this virtuous thing that is giving away wealth explicitly without the expectation of anything in return. Like that's not good at all. That is in fact evil. That is the root evil here.
I think charity is best when you are like expecting to like actually like improve the world for your own selfish.
Well, if you're expecting something in return, I don't think it is charity.
You don't think it's charity? Okay.
Like so, for instance, you know, I can obviously get any Stefan Kinsella book I want for free in a PDF form. I could even print off my own versions of them or whatever. But in fact,
you want if
it in fact benefits me if I give Stefan Kinsella money because then he can keep making books, right? That's I don't consider that charity. Whereas charity would be something like I give money to some random African I've never met and will never know, so that he can have a well that gets poisoned by the neighboring village the next day.
Exactly.
Like that's charity, just throwing money into the well.
Yeah, I see your point. Very interesting. Yeah, I haven't thought about it that way before. Makes sense.
Casimir's saying no need to conflate charity with altruism. I think it depends on what you consider to be charity. I think charity is giving away money without any expectation of returns. I think that's a good definition of charity.
That's technically evil, yeah. Not a good thing.
Let's just move on.
And that's the way like fraternal aid societies used to work in the early days of this country. So I think pinning everything just on the boogeyman of economic equality is not the answer, particularly with domestic violence.
If I can complement that as well, none of us, I assume, are millionaires or billionaires. So we are, in fact, living examples of income inequality, yet most of us don't commit crimes. In fact, the overwhelming majority of Americans are not millionaires or billionaires, yet the overwhelming majority of Americans do not commit crime. So to me, the root cause of so many of our societal problems is the revocation of human agency.
Casimir is clarifying, charity was traditionally within your own community as a form of retroactive insurance, and the return you received is societal. But then you are receiving returns, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't think our fraternal society that you're paying into, or anything approaching insurance, I don't think that is charity. I don't think that's what's understood to mean charity in the modern sense. Like, I think charity is giving alms, right? That is the historic understanding of charity. It's giving alms. Like you see this all over Ayn Rand's writing and in earlier writings as well. Like it's giving alms to the poor. right? They're on that church doorstep. Give them alms, right? You should give them alms. What is alms? It's not that you're going to get anything back from that. It's that they deserve it because they don't have it. You don't deserve it because you have it. It is fundamentally altruist, right? That is what is understood to mean charity.
That's I think why Casimir went in and said to not conflate the terms, because we can label charity we can use charity to mean this form of investment, right? But usually nowadays it's used to refer to altruism on its own. It's great. It's good to separate them, but I don't know. I think we're getting hung up on this. We know what we're referring to, but we're trying to put this in this term of charity. But using this term is actually muddying the waters more than anything, because we know what concept we refer to.
Mm-hmm. But we do have some super chats here. Go through. From Griff1 Nunn for $2. Thank you very much. Has loves the ideology bad gangs have. Has Aldine presumably. And Thunder Gaming 6342 for $2. Thank you very much. Asking if I'll react to the incredible videos on stream at some point that he sent. I mean, I could add it to the roster. It's a shorter video, so maybe it'll only take us like 2 hours to go through it. But yeah, I could definitely add it to the roster. And then
Casimir is replying. Yeah, sorry.
Tom V7P5I for £5. Thank you very much. Do you think you'll vote for Restore Britain? They're the best popular option, even though they're very clearly not libertarian in a lot of aspects. I mean, if they come to my area, sure, they're better than Reform. But you know, if there's something like the Libertarian Party on my ballot, then I'm going to vote for that. And then Griff1 Nunn for $20. Thank you very much. A lot of money. I want to ask carefully, where is the line? After the gang report, I'm asking myself, what are we supposed to do to defend ourselves when the state is actively hostile, especially when the enemy doesn't care about philosophy? So it's really a question of when to start speaking French as against German. I'm currently still speaking in the German language. I'll put it like that. And then Griff1 Nunn for another $2. And to be clear, I'm not getting up on philosophy indeed yet. There are limits to what I can say.
Right. Casimir asked a question there. If you see it under Griffith.
Yes, and who do you give alms to? The poor widows sitting outside the church. You're getting back the removal of women from positions where they may become prey for exploiters. I mean, if you have actual private property, then you don't actually need these people in your communities. You can